Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. I am Starco Gaming, and guys, today we are finally releasing our wall boss guide. Wall boss, from the time I'm actually posting this video, should be starting on some servers, and will be a few hours from starting on the North America server, guys. Hopefully, this guide will actually help a lot of people on building their team for wall boss and on setting their team up for Wallboss, guys. So right away we're gonna jump to my spreadsheet where I have my Wallboss guide, guys. If you don't want to listen to me, you just want to look at the spreadsheet, you just go in the description below the video and click on the link. The link will direct you directly to the tier list. All you gotta do is at the bottom here, you press Wallboss and you have access to my Wallboss guide, guys. So let's go with that guide. Wallboss phase 1 team. You want to go with Liar, Olivia, either Sharon or Lass, and Sage or Amy. Well, if you don't have Liar, you have Sharon and Lass, you'll go, Olivia, Sharon, Lass, Sage, or Amy. It really depends on the team you have, but those are the best option you have. The optimal team here will be to run with a Liar, Olivia, Lass, and Amy. That will be the perfect ideal team for this Wobus Phase 1. Strategy, if we look at that here, party skills, you want to bring acceleration to increase. Well, since you run with high attack speed hero, you by popping acceleration on cooldown, it will actually increase their attack speed even more and generate more SP overall than if you're actually using simulation. And you want to bring resurrect in case you fucked up and you die. Well, you got your resurrect here, so that's helpful. During this phase, Burkett is weak against physical attacks. You can see how we're bringing here its physical attack will accept the healer. Um, in this phase, it is important to add a heavy SP generation team. We already covered that. Make sure to use Amy or Sage first skills on cooldown to buff the SP generation. That's gonna cost 2 SP, but will get you more than 2 SP during the duration. So very great. Make sure to use Olivia's special ability first, then for the rest of the fight, you want to use Last or Liar special ability. Personally, I prefer Last ability after I use Olivia's skill one time, but some people prefer Liar. Depending on their team setups, it can actually be better or Last can be better. But Olivia buff is really important to get on as soon as possible in the fight. Um, I think you get attack speed with that buff, if I'm not mistaken. So very useful. If you have both Sage and Amy, I recommend that you use Amy in phase 1 and Sage in phase 3 as Sage. Generate a little bit more SP. It's 60% step, 50%, plus her basic attacks. Every 8 basic attacks she does, she generates 1 SP, which is going to be more helpful on your bigger damage phase, which is the magic phase, the mage's phase. Bust attack patterns. Busted attack has only 3 patterns on this phase. 2 sets of 2 frontal slashes, blue laser breath, which is actually what does the most damage, and a roar and a forward moving 5 slashes. Overall, it's not going to do enough damage to actually kill you unless you have a very low BP team. Other than that, survivability shall not be a problem. If you see you're taking too much damage, just move out of away from the boss, wait till your healing pop, then go back into the fight pretty much. But the damage on the phase 1 is pretty minimal. Now if we move to phase 2, optimal team will actually be Rufus, Elysis, Bergamot, and Sachi or Lime. If you have trouble surviving, though, you want to replace Bergamot with either Ryan or Poseidon, so you can bring some more survivability. Even Jin there will actually be a good option as third party member here. You want Rufus because, well, you want a good ranger here and good AoE, which is Rufus. Then you want LSS for the special ability from LSS that increase your attack plus stun the ads. And well, you need a strong healer, which is Seichi and Lime are the two strongest um, healing healer, they don't bring that utility as much as Sage and Amy, but that AoE heal they pull up is crazy. So those are two best healer for that. Actually, if you want to do more damage, I recommend Lime in here, but it depends if your Lime is built enough and your team has enough HP to actually survive those blue balls. Now, if we talk strategy here, party skills, you want Stimulation and Resurrect, as you don't have that many heroes that generate SP fast here. You only have Rufus that generate SP fast. Stimulation on this fight actually gonna bring you more SP than acceleration. During this phase, Burkast is not strong against anything, so you can bring mages. Although you want to save your mages for phase 3, but it doesn't matter what you bring. But those are the heroes that will give you the best result in the end in here. In this phase, you want to have a heavy AoE DPS setup to do as much damage as possible during the ad phase. The ad phase is going to be the phase where you get probably 75% of your damage done. So very important to have as much AoE as possible for that, which is Rufus and Elysis mostly. But if you have Lime can bring actually a lot of damage too, which is why I put her on the list too. Most lists actually only have Seichi, but honestly I prefer to have Lime there. Yes, the blue balls hurt, but you don't need to heal instantly to actually live. As long as you can heal back up to 100% between each blue ball, you're gonna be totally fine, and Lime can actually achieve that. Try to save Elsa's special ability for the ad phase to stun them when they're group up. So basically, the ads will pop, you go in the corner, you wait till they group up, you pop Elsa's special ability, then you'll AoE the fuck out of them, and that's where you're going to get most of your damage. You need a healer with a very strong AoE heals on this phase if you have issues surviving. Bring a tank healer combo who could save your life. We already covered that with talking Ryan, Poseidon, Seichi, and Lime. Boss attack. The boss on phase 2 is the phase that it does the most damage, so you gotta be careful. Two sets of two frontal slashes, which is not that bad. Flying dash towards the backline, war with lightning balls. With lightning summons blue balls. That is the big ability, and the boss will get increased damage buff that will apply to himself over time. And those blue balls at some points could just one-shot your team if you have a team under 40,000 HP. If your hero 100 under 40,000 HP, well, that's where having a tank can actually save your life. A regular war spawn a attack speed up in the middle, like the well in the middle that can give you, different buff, but on this fight it's only attack speed. And the boss creates 4 clones of itself. All clones have the first 2 sets of attack, which is not that bad. It's just what's annoying with the ads is that you have to make sure you stay group up, that your Elysis is not running away, stuff like that, or Jin if you actually bring Jin, because the ads will spread out and you lose a lot of damage. So you have to immediately focus on keeping the ads group together, which is where the Elysis special ability is very useful because it will stun the ads for quite a good amount of time. After the clones, the boss will spawn back into the center and spawn blue balls. So right after it spawn blue balls, you could actually walk around and avoid those balls, but that could cost you some damage. But if you are not strong enough to actually take the hit, that's also a viable option. The boss will gain an attack passive buff that will increase the damage of the blue balls. After 10 stacks, the ball will hurt like hell, like serious illness. I've seen my Sachi getting one shot and she's fully awakened. So sometimes you gotta be careful where the balls are and where you are, where you are, where you are on the ground. So if you see like there's 5 balls really close to your hero, well, get the fuck out there because you're gonna blow up, man. That is serious. That is very easy to blow up there. So, and that's pretty much phase 2, guys. Now if we move to phase 3, Wallboss phase 3 team, you want to have Lay. Lay is very important, a best mage for that. Then you want to have either Army, Mary, or Nephilim. Army is actually the top second mage, but Mary and Nephilim can do quite a good amount of damage too. So it's not that bad if you don't have Army. You'll be able to make up with those other two mages. Then you want to have either Takuel or Ronin. We're going to cover which one is the best here pretty soon. And as healers, you want to have either Sage or Amy for SP generation again. So if we go with party skills, you want to have acceleration in Resurrect. Like if you bring Sage and Lay, both of them will give you better if you use acceleration than if you use stimulation, because Lay basic attack speed is very fast and she wears green armor if you're doing it right. And Sage, every 8 basic attacks you generate 1 SP. So the more basic attacks you get in, the more SP you get. So acceleration is better because of that. During this phase, the boss is weak against magic attack, obviously. Takuel and Ronin will increase the magic attack of your mage. Takuel will do a better job than Ronin. It's pretty sad that S characters will do a better job than the SR characters, but that is a fact here. If you bring Takuel, you need to use her second skill, 30% increase magic attack, on cooldown, and you want to use her special ability until you get 40% permanent increased attack. Then if you want to use late special ability on cooldown after that. Basically, the second skill of Takuel is a 15-second cooldown. That doesn't count the cooldown reduction you have. And apply 30% increase magic attack for 10 seconds. Then you have a special ability that it will apply a debuff on the targets on the ground, and every time you kill a target that has the debuff, you get 2% permanent increase attack. So if you kill 20 mobs, 20 ads, you know, those little ads that come, that had the debuff on them, well, you get 40% increase of the permanent increase attack. So that's where you want to get as soon as possible. So you want that buff to be up as soon as possible, and then you just switch to Lay special ability and get a ton of damage. Pretty much, if you're running with Lay, Army, Takuel, and Sage, you could probably score 20 million plus easily on this stage, and then if you're not well. And now, if you bring Ronin, you want to use his special ability on cooldown to get 30% increase of magic attack. Ronin, that's the thing. Yes, it brings that 30% increase in magic attack, but it's only from its special ability. All his other ability are actually useless as third characters. So that's the thing that hurt a little bit. But so you can actually bring Ronin with 3 mages. If your Ronin can actually keep you up the whole time, that will be an alternative. But Takuel overall gives you better damage output overall. If you don't have Takuel or Ronin, bring a 3rd mage. So you pick 3 mage into the 4-eye list here, 3 mage into within Lay, Army, Mary, and Nephilim, and bring your Sage or Amy as a healer. As I said in phase 1 here, guys, Sage is better for phase 3 because she brings 60% SP generation increase instead of 50% from Amy, which is actually very quite useful with mages as they spend a lot of SP. Now the boss attack patterns, honestly, you will not take much damage on this boss, but the boss attack patterns are still very important. First, 2 circles on the ground that will damage and push back anyone standing in it. It doesn't look that bad. It doesn't do much damage, to be honest. It's minimal damage. But the problem is that it will spread your team so much that when the ads pop, your team will be spread, the ads will be spread. So when you see the ads are popping, you need to make sure you stack on the boss so you can actually AoE everything down as fast as possible to get your SP in. If you had your Takuel debuff on them, to get that buff as soon as possible. Then you have a regular war that pushes back enemies and does minimal damage. Again, minimal damage, not very important skill. There's another skill that'll push you back. That's why you gotta stack. That's also why you gotta stack when the ads pop. Flying spin spawn the small ads. If you don't kill them fast enough, the boss will give them a shield. Honestly, with the burst damage of army and lay, that shield doesn't matter much, but still, the faster you kill them, the faster you can go back to the boss and do more damage. So yeah, if you don't have to kill them with the shield, it's still better. So guys, that pretty much sum everything for World Boss Phase 1, Phase 2, Phase 3. If you guys think I missed anything in this video, well, in this guide, please let me know, guys, so we can actually adjust it. If you have any feedback, let me know in the comment section on this video, guys. And well, hopefully you enjoyed this content. Hopefully you sub to the channel and like this video. And again, hopefully I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.